It is a Monday of Mondays here on News 6 Plus. Welcome to Breakfast with Bridgett on this Monday, January 27th. I'm Bridgett Ellison. Good to be with you. And we're starting a little bit behind because we were trying to get a few technical glitches worked out. But we're here with you on this Monday. We're going to keep going, and we want to get a check of your weather. And Candace had to run out to take care of something, but we have meteorologist David Nazario with us this morning, who is really accustomed to streaming lots and lots of weather. Good morning, David.
Hi, good morning, Bridgett. How are you doing?
Great to be with you, and not doing too bad on a Monday, but really happy that we didn't have to cringe and bundle up so hard this morning.
Yes, big time. Yeah, no, and that's going to be the song and dance as we go through the rest of this week. Today, we started out maybe a little on the chillier side, but then this afternoon and especially tomorrow through to Friday, we're going to see some very familiar temperatures creeping back into Central Florida, which I think is excellent news personally.
Yes, for sure. And we had sort of a seesaw of things happening over the weekend because that coldest there, what that moved in on, was it Friday night into Saturday morning,
Yeah,
and now what we're going to play with maybe getting toward 80 this week, or how close will we
exactly.
get?
Yep. We're going to try. We're going to flirt with that 80-degree threshold. And I completely agree. The roller coaster was, I think, in full effect this past weekend, especially Friday into Saturday. Like you said, we woke up in the low 30s. But then in the afternoon on Saturday, we were already up into the 60s. It was
Mm-hmm.
comfortable. And
Really
then
beautiful
yesterday, forget
weekend.
about it. We were even warmer. Here we go. Perfect. I was wondering when the graphics were going to come up. So as you guys can see, Monday morning we got the patchy fog out there, very typical for Central Florida, and we're actually going to be drying out. We don't have as much of a blast of not only wintry weather, but also the moisture feed that we've seen from the last couple of storm systems that come through. I'm tracking a couple of systems that might try to elevate our rain chances this upcoming weekend, the first official weekend of February, but that's to be remains to be seen. We're going to continue to pinpoint that as we move along, and then we're back into the 80s. You can see outside right now, marked difference than where we were the last couple of days. We're starting out at 55 in Orlando, 53 in Kissimmee, 47 in Leesburg, and only 42 up in Gainesville. So we're all warming up by about 10, 15 degrees as we go day by day. And then here's a look at your hour by hour forecast for this afternoon. Gorgeous day, in my opinion. Get outside if you're out on the roads, getting out from work at around 3 to 5 p.m. It's going to be gorgeous weather out there. Pop the sunroof, pop the moonroof, roll down the windows, and enjoy, because we're finally getting back to a state of normalcy in Central Florida. Here are your forecast highs for today. Hopefully we can stay like this. Like I said, we're pinpointing a couple of weather systems down the road, but at least for this weekend and this week, the work week, I should say, the last week of January, we're looking pretty good over the next several days. Taking a look at your in-house model, the clouds and rain for the day today. Very few clouds out there. We don't have a lot of moisture. We're underneath high pressure, and as a result, that sinking air is going to keep us clear. We have a bit of a trough that's going to work its way through along the backside of that high pressure. A little bit of that cooler air going to try to come down, but a lot more of it is going to be dry. It'll be drier. And you can see as soon as that trough works its way through tomorrow, we are fully clear. And then here comes that high pressure you can see in that top left corner of your screen, which is phenomenal personally. It'll allow us to continue to warm up and get comfortable, especially if you have afternoon or early evening plans. Tonight, we're going to be dropping into the low 50s across the board. And again, as the title of the graphic states, welcome back, Florida. We're tired of playing in the winter season. We're getting back to the good old textbook Central Florida kind of setup. This week, we're looking at 70 degrees in the afternoon, lows in the 50s. And then by the weekend, with that potential storm system working in, flushing in a bit more of that warmth from the south, we could crest into the 80s. Storm Prediction Center and Climate Prediction Center are in fact highlighting this return to form, and we're looking at a warmer than average start to our February. And last but certainly not least, here's your pinpoint accurate forecast, looking very benign for the next 7 days. And you can see the clouds building in just a little bit for Saturday and Sunday as that next winter system tries to get going in the plains, and the tail end of the front works its way in our general direction. And that'll do it. That's your weather update. Pretty calm, cool, and collected, thankfully.
Yes, and so is that about on average, or did you say that it's a little bit now trending above average for where we should be this time of the month?
So as we get into February, we will go above average. Where you see from about Tuesday to about Thursday is around average for us. 73, 75 degrees. That's average for the month of January, early February. This is the heart of winter. But then as we get into Saturday and Sunday and early next week, and we start to see the 80-degree marks popping up on our charts, that is a little warmer than average. And I think that's due to that storm system that might be trying to funnel in a bit of that extra warmth from not only the Gulf, but our neighbors down to the south and the Caribbean.
And it did look like it was going to be pretty dry, but we do need some more rain. Is that right?
Yes, definitely. The last couple of systems came through and they alleviated some of the drought conditions, but naturally, because it's the winter time, they're really going to start to sneak back in as we go over the next 7 days. So, yeah, some much needed rain hopefully will be on its way within the next week or two.
All right. Well, really nice temperatures, and hopefully, folks can maybe put away some of the heavy things for now.
For now, anyways, yeah, we had to dust them off. Don't hang them up and put them away completely just yet, because you never know. We still have a wicked February to get there, and February tends to throw some curveballs at us for sure.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I did get a chance to pull out my heaviest coat this past cold streak we had.
Same.
What about you?
Yep, same. It was nice, I'll admit, because I like the winter attire, so it was nice to be like, oh, I'm in Central Florida. I can finally whip this bad boy out.
Yes, yes, yes. It's very nice. All right. Thanks, David. We'll
Of
see you
course, you're very
later.
welcome, Bridget. Have a good one.
You too. We do want to check on your roads too if you're getting ready to head out or want to get a look at how things are going. And traffic safety expert Trooper Steve is rolling. Good morning, Steve. Oh, you're on mute.
There we go.
There you go.
How are you guys doing this morning? You know, it
Hey.
is a Monday.
Yeah.
It's definitely Monday.
Just roll with it.
It's happening. Just got to roll with it. We did have a few issues this morning, but it seems like the crashes are clearing, but the delays are kind of sticking around for the day. So people have to be ready for that. It is clear roads, clear skies, so you can't blame the weather on the roadway conditions right now. So 528 westbound right now is super delayed as you bypass 528. So once you go over it, you're going to run into a brief slowdown there. Please be careful and make sure that you're paying attention because we don't need a secondary crash out there. Eastbound I-4 out by Attractions, it's routine. There's no major problem out there right now other than the normal eastbound delay out by Champions Gate, Old Lake Wilson, things like that. Central zones of Kissimmee, 192 Point Siena Boulevard. You're clear eastbound through Vine Street, 192 Earl Bronson into the city of Kissimmee. And your drive times right now, not too bad. So these are your westbound drive times. So from John Young leaving our area to 27, 28-minute drive, Lake Mary to Maitland, 11 minutes, and 434 to State Road 50, 12, which could be considered a medium drive time. Look at that. We're not too bad this morning. 31 minutes. I almost saw 131 minutes and 131. I was like, wait, what? That means a major shutdown. 417 to State Road 50, 30 minutes from Sanford. So a little high this morning. Groveland Mascot running smooth. And then over by US 27 and the Turnpike just watching out for those routine slowdowns there, here and there, Bridget. So good Monday when it comes to the roads. We cleared up most of our crashes fairly quick this morning. People just need to make sure that we start the week off right.
Yes, always good advice. And hopefully you had a good weekend, Steve. Did you get to do anything fun?
I
I think
did.
you mentioned a car show, or what was it?
Yeah, so they do that one car show once a year, the Cops and Cars Kids Car Show. Say that 10 times fast. Over at the Oviedo Mall. And they do this huge every year. There's a benefit. It goes towards a lot of military organizations. But what a perfect weather. I had walked outside about 8 o'clock in the morning to walk the dogs, and I was like, it's going to be cold. But then I went out there, and once the sun came out, great showing. Then went home, then went back out to the Seminole Town Center for the Matt Miller Motorcycle Challenge. Matt Miller lost his life several years ago, Seminole County Sheriff's Deputy. And every year they have an amazing all-day event of competition between different agencies competing out there, and they had over 65 police motorcyclists out there competing. Really great day. The weather was awesome. And then yesterday I drove down to Kissimmee, hang out with my mom.
Nice.
How about you?
Well, I had a chance to help out with McCall's Hope. They had their Anchors of Hope
Oh, wow.
gala on Saturday night, and that was a really nice cause. Of course, they help support people going through kidney disease and dialysis, and so you are able to apply for help with, medical costs, or maybe if you're having a hardship paying
Yeah.
your bills, they help out with that. So a really nice evening, beautiful music, and a great cause there over at Faith Hall. And then yesterday I had a chance to go out with the kiddos and check out Ninjago weekends with
Oh,
Legoland and all that. And they have some really outstanding performers. So, like we had in the news this morning, there's layoffs
mm-hmm.
and things like that. I hate to hear that,
It's
because they have
crazy.
some really great performers and teams out there. So, we just, continue to report all the things that are happening around town, whether it's charities or, business news, and just a lot going on.
Right.
So, but yeah,
There's always
beautiful weather.
something, but
Mm-hmm.
I need to get down to Legoland, but
Yeah.
I only went there when my godson was much younger. I think he's kind of outgrown
How
it
old?
just a little bit. Well, he's a cool kid now. So, like, I want to say he's 9 or 10.
Uh-huh.
He's probably old. No, he's got to be like 12. But he's got the hair now that comes
Uh-huh.
across,
Well,
and he
I
can
saw
do the whole
I
wave
saw those
thing.
kids out there too. So,
So maybe I just need to call and be like, "Hey, you want to
you
go
know,
back to Legoland, see what's going on?"
hey, they have some good
So I'll
roller
be out.
coasters. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be out at Winter Park today at the Winter Park Town Center. There has been some traffic complaints out
Mm-hmm.
there
Like
about a
what?
right turn only. So I guess at Lakemont, there's a sign that says right turn only, and there's some drivers who will go up to the sign and then try to bypass
Is this
traffic and
like
make
right
the
by Publix
left.
and REI?
I think so.
Okay.
So I'm going to go out there today. That's going to be my stream, 10 a.m. And we're going to kind of do some spying on traffic and see if we can spot what's exactly taking place out there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we'll see that. We'll see you there.
All right. See ya.
All right. Thanks, Steve. We have some headlines to tell you about. Unfortunately, out of Tampa, we're hearing some officers were hurt. This was following a chase on I-275. This was breaking news overnight, and they were working to apprehend someone who hit at least 4 people with their vehicle and then appeared to reach for a weapon. And so we have learned that the suspect in this is dead. The officers started shooting when they thought he was reaching for the weapon, and one of the people that the man allegedly hit earlier in the night also died. The police chief in Tampa says the officers should be okay, but we're still waiting for some more details about the extent of their injuries in that very complicated case there. Also, news out of Tallahassee, that special session will get underway. The governor had been calling for this for a few weeks now. The focus on cracking down on illegal immigration when it comes to Florida's role in that. And News 6's Mark Lehman has more on that, as well as several other bills that could come into play.
At the calling of Governor Ron DeSantis, lawmakers in Tallahassee are gearing up for a special session with a primary focus on illegal immigration. It's happening days after President Trump signed executive orders on the issue.
Everyone has been complaining about Biden for 4 years. Now we have a new sheriff in town. Now we have an opportunity to make a difference.
Just yesterday, Republican lawmakers filed several bills. The measures, in part, would end in-state tuition at colleges for illegal immigrant students, place new requirements on police to help with immigration enforcement, and change the petition process for proposed constitutional amendments.
So we should act now. This is what the American people have called upon us to do.
Some lawmakers, however, question the timing. Florida Senate President and House Speaker have called the special session premature, and Democrats say the issues are too complex to be dealt with in a one-week gathering.
There's a lot of, complex ideas and nuances and things that have to be fleshed out and consider the implications, all of which cannot be done on a Monday morning.
All right, so we'll continue monitoring what happens in Tallahassee. We are also following a story out of Cocoa Beach. This is developing, but kids will go back to school today in Cocoa Beach at Roosevelt Elementary, but they are now learning that the principal, as well as one of the teachers, arrested in connection to a party where there was apparently underage drinking. And so News 6's Angie Casada has more on this investigation, where officers say there were nearly 100 teens at that party.
Cocoa Beach police say the arrest stemmed from a house party back on January 19th at Principal Elizabeth Hill Brodegan's home. Officers say they found over 100 teenagers, alcohol in coolers, and one juvenile so intoxicated that paramedics had to respond. The principal was reportedly seen turning off her home's exterior lights as paramedics treated the teen outside. A teacher, Carly Anderson, was also at the party and visibly intoxicated. Both now face child neglect and other charges. News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez went to Hill Brodegan's home for comment, but no one answered the door.
We're looking for Elizabeth.
The school district says both employees are on leave, calling the allegations, quote, extremely troubling and reaffirming their commitment to student safety.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. We have a story from our Jarrell Baker this morning about cold and flu season. You know that it can extend well into what feels like the spring months, and so it is still around right now, even though we're talking about that warmer weather. But with all the sniffling, sneezing, and coughing, there are some go-to home remedies as well. And you know, you probably have some that your mom or your grandparents passed down to you. But here's News 6's Jarrell Baker with more advice from the doctors.
Several families say they have a game plan when the flu, cold, or other respiratory illnesses ramp up during cold winter months.
What do you do to kind of make sure that she and your kids are safe?
Honestly, we just drink a lot of tea, a lot of echinacea tea, keep hydrated.
Some even go to the local drugstore.
So get the medications that make you feel better so that you can rest and help your body recover.
Dr. Tim Hendricks with Advent Health and Dr. Jenna Wheeler with Orlando Health say that this flu, cold, and RSV season is just as severe as last year.
In the last week, we've seen a 40% increase in influenza cases at our Advent Health Central Care urgent cares. So this is definitely getting into peak flu season.
One of my friends, they ran out of tests because they were swabbing so many kids for the flu in the past couple weeks. And so, our emergency departments, even our admissions are higher now because of these viruses.
Many point to the chilling weather as the main culprit, but doctors say it's not that simple.
You don't catch a cold by simply being cold, but when temperatures get cold, people are enclosed in spaces, windows are shut, doors are shut.
So what works to treat flu symptoms?
The main thing is keeping the fever down with Advil or Tylenol, ibuprofen, acetaminophen. The over-the-counter fever reducers are very effective at reducing the fever, making you feel more comfortable.
Doctors and several parents also say that honey is also helpful when it comes to controlling that cough. But they say the best protector is the flu vaccine.
First of all, we get our flu shot. I got mine when I had my annual physical a couple of weeks ago. He had it when he went to see his pediatrician.
Doctors say the vaccine is not the end-all be-all, but it does help out when you get sick. They also say that washing your hands is a major part of keeping yourself safe, and a bowl of chicken noodle soup never hurts. In Orlando, Jarrell Baker getting results, News 6.
It sure doesn't hurt. Those were some good tips there. Also this morning, we are looking at some things happening with the theme park news again. I mentioned Legoland earlier, but Disney is announcing a big change right now. Officials confirm the final curtain dropping soon on one of the longest running attractions at Hollywood Studios. The Muppets are being replaced by monsters. Disney confirmed Friday that Muppet Vision, the last project directed by Muppets creator Jim Henson will be closing. Mama Melrose's Italiano restaurant will close on May 10th, and the Muppet-themed Pizza Rizzo and Muppet Vision 3D will close after June 7th, and that Muppet area will be transformed into Monstropolis, the creature-filled city from Monsters, Inc., of course, and the headliner will be a roller coaster themed after the Flying Door storage area. Meantime, on the other side, the Muppets will replace Aerosmith as the host of the Rock and Roller Coaster. Whoa, that's a lot. That's a lot of changes there. Okay, well, we want to let you know about Hits the Road. News 6 will be on the move. If you haven't heard, we are going to Ormond Beach next, and we will have our live newscast there starting in the afternoons on a date that we'll be announcing very soon. And we're also telling stories about the Ormond Beach area. So if there is a person, place, thing, issue, let us know so we can get those stories together for you when we broadcast live from Ormond Beach. Go to clickorlando.com/hitstheroad to submit your ideas. And that'll do it for breakfast. We hope you have a great day. Put the jackets away, and we'll see you at noon.